As a career human resources professional and a hiring manager, you can only imagine that I've seen countless numbers of resumes. Some of them have been awesome, and some others could use a little bit of help. So there were some that I continued to read because they piqued my interest. There were others that I immediately filed in Chapter 13 because they did not have high impact. So if you have ever wondered about how to make your resume have high impact, you're here at the right time. So, first of all, a high impact resume needs to have a consistent header that is reflective of you, your personal brand, and what you want to convey as the first impression that the hiring manager or recruiter gets of you. So when I say consistent, I mean that it needs to be consistent across all of your job search assets. That includes not only your resume, but your cover letter, your list of references, and or your career portfolio. And some ways to pack high impact into your header are to one, make sure that your name is prominent. That's who you are. And make sure that you utilize your legal name on your resume. However, you can include a preferred or nickname in parentheses right after your first name. Then make sure that you utilize the best contact telephone number that you will be able to be readily reached by a hiring manager or recruiter. And make sure that your email address is business appropriate. That means that you use your first name dot last name at your email service provider's name, or if you have a very common name like John Smith, either include your middle initial or put a number somewhere in your name, like John 3 Smith or John Smith 3 at your email service provider name. And so that will differentiate you from other John Smiths. Then, if the other thing is that you need your skill set that you list on your resume, you need to make sure that your skill set is also highly sought after, including any technical skills that you may possess, that also deals with data, things like marketing, numbers, or what have you. So, for instance, if you're a marketer, you want to make sure that you stress that you are very skilled in data analytics, such as consumer behavior, as well as social media placement and what have you. Then, with your work history, you want to make sure that you express your work history as bullet points and in action. So, when I say bullet points, don't use long narrative statements. Make sure that it's something that you stress your work history in a way that hiring managers and recruiters can very quickly assess whether you have the knowledge, skills, and abilities that they need you to possess for the job that you've applied for. Then make sure that you express those that work history in using action words like collaborated, developed, managed, curated, analyzed, updated, reported. And so that's your work history in action. Then make sure that you prioritize your bullet points. And what do I mean by that? I mean that as you list your bullet points of relating to your work history, that the bullet points or the work history that is most closely related to the job that you've applied for, make sure that those appear at the top of your work history bullet point listing so that the manager or recruiter will not have to go searching very long, because that will increase the possibility that they will put your resume aside and move on to the next one. And that is something that we want to avoid. Then also make sure that you don't go too old school and list at the end of your resume that your references will be available upon request. We all know that. That's assumed, that's understood, because if you really want the job and that manager or recruiter asks you for your references, you're going to provide them. So do not waste what I call valuable real estate on your resume, or valuable resume real estate, with unnecessary information. Utilize that real estate wisely by providing more information that is usable and relevant and high impact related to your qualifications for that job. So, in conclusion, just understand that it is possible for any resume to be a high impact resume. You just need to be thoughtful. And another thing that I did not list earlier is, do not forget about your soft skills, such as conflict resolution, interpersonal skills, and things like that. Being able to read body language and being able to pivot your assessment or your approach, especially in this environment of remote and hybrid workspaces these days. So, if you found this video helpful and you would like other videos that would help you to get ready for your successful job search, you know that my goal is to help you to live your best career life. So send me a question about a specific job search or HR topic that you would like for me to make a video on, or a question, and I'll be more than happy to oblige you. I'll also list some other relevant videos from my blog that would be helpful in your successful job search, or your attainment of your best career life. So I would appreciate it if you make the YouTube algorithm happy, if that's where you're viewing, by liking this video. Then share it, subscribe to my channel, and return again. Career search success to you. Go get your new job.